Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So I have been consistently journaling now for the whole year of 2023 and I have then switched to a different style of journaling in 2024. And I thought today I would share with you what that looks like, what I've been doing, and also my thoughts now that I have been journaling for a year on how I feel about it and what I've been thinking and all that there. And we could just spend this week together working in my journal and having a bit of a journal chat. So hopefully this is something that you'll find interesting and helpful. So to start off, how have I been journaling so far? So this is an Erin Condren 8x10 focused softbound. Last year I used a notebook from Notebook Therapy and I just did a flip through from June to December. If you want to see that, I'll link that down below. So I'm not going to go into too much details about this. But essentially, I sat down at the end of every week on my computer and digitally typed up different prompts. So opening at random, I have week in general, door frames, because I was working on painting my door frames, shopping and dinner. I went for shopping, I must have went with my sister to the range, and then I just sometimes picked random things that had nothing to do with the week, and then other times picked themes that were more specific to the week, like this is my birthday, stuff like that. And I kept it really simple to ease myself in rather than trying to go straight into daily journaling. I did it weekly, but I found that I was consistent with it and therefore ready to move on to daily journaling. But I also found that I wanted to make it more in the moment and not sort of memory journal style, you know, sitting at the end of the week and typing it up and then at another day sitting down and creating the layout in my planner. I just wanted to journal straight in on the day. However, I also didn't want to overwhelm myself in the same way that I had started with what I did last year and making sure I could stick to it. I want to make sure that if I start daily journaling that I'm not going to, by the end of the year, hate it. And I want to see if it's something that I want to do. And as much as I am tempted to get a fancy little notebook and try to add all the stickers and all the photos and all the things every day and prompts and everything, I want to build myself up. I want to do it slowly. So that's why I took this approach this year. I did just a plain and simple starter. This is a free download from Hubman and Chubgirl. If you are one of their subscribers, you get access to free, well, they're actually meant to be like phone wallpapers and like computer wallpapers, but I use them for this too. And then I picked a chalk font. I think it's, I don't remember the name of it. It's on Keynote. I'll put it up there in case you're interested. For the overarching, so I did like an overarching theme of the cozy cats, because if this, you can see this little cozy cat is journaling, and I knew that I wanted to have this somewhere in one of my 4 life journals or planners. So I put it in here this year as the overarching theme, and this 2024 is from Planner Monkey Co. And then this next page is where I am going to have my monthly themes. And I figured by getting a journal subscription from Hubman and Chubgirl that I started this year, I would have a set of stickers, so I would lose the having to think of a theme all the time part, and maybe it would help with getting used to daily journaling until I see, is it something I want to do I find it easy, and then maybe I want to introduce more. I thought it would be a start. So I'm going to put a little Polaroid every month. And at some point this week, hopefully, my February subscription will arrive and we can set up February together. But this is January's and the theme is Cozy Plants. And then again, I just made this on Keynote and used the font of the chalk, and I'm going to write all the different themes down here. And then here I have another little cat with a journal, and I just did a little documenting little details of your everyday life becomes a celebration of who you are. So that's the theme spread. And then here I was really itching to try journal prompts rather than just writing what happened in my day. I thought it would be fun to do prompts from the perspective of what am I most grateful for at the beginning of the new year. But again, I didn't want to overwhelm myself, and Helen from the Coffee Monsterz Co was really kind in that she released a digital file for daily prompts, so that you don't have to think of them yourself and you can print them out. But again, I decided not to, because I'm jumping from weekly journaling into daily journaling, as in itself just writing what I think. And I didn't want to. I am battling a lingering cough and it is annoying me. So I'm going to go get a lemsip after I finish talking. But hopefully my voice isn't annoying you. I'm sorry. Anyway, I was saying about weekly prompts. So yeah, I wanted to try prompts. So I thought, instead of jumping in with the daily planning plus the daily prompt, I would even try weekly journaling prompts, because that's how I started my what is happening style of journaling, by doing it weekly. So I figured, well, why not start the prompt journaling weekly? So I went ahead and I picked my entire 52 weeks of journaling prompts, and this was like, underneath it was like the holidays for the year, which I don't need. If it had just been a blank note page, I would have just written these directly on, but instead I just covered it with a sticker. And this is a digital again from the Hubman and Chubgirl. And then over here, and you can see a theme that I just want to try all the things. I just want to do everything all at once and jump straight in. But I'm trying to make myself do a bit at a time. So again, last year actually, I had seen this thing where it was me, myself and I. And it's the type of journaling where you answer specific prompts, one a day, and people usually do it on the month they were born. So because I had a big milestone birthday last year, I was intending for the month of September, every single day, to have this separate notebook. I was going to get like a traveler's notebook size and do one of these prompts every single day. But the time came in September and I was way too busy. I already, was feeling overwhelmed at that time with my planners and my whole memory planner for 2023 saga. And I just didn't want to. And I thought, but I don't want to lose the notion, because I love the idea of this snapshot in time of who I was for that year. And I thought, well, instead of, how many times can I say the word overwhelming? Sorry. But instead of overwhelming myself, I thought, well, why do it in 1 month? Why not break it down over all the months of the year? So I went to lots of different types of me, myself and I lists of prompts, plus did some of my own because I just wanted to, and I split it into 2 per month. In saying that, I haven't started in January because I want to get a Canon selfie, and I have a thing for consistency, and if I start using a different style of photograph, I will want to stick with that. I know, I'm a weirdo, so I'm holding off. But even though I want to do everything in the moment with the weekly and daily prompts, it doesn't matter if I don't do these in the moment, because the point is that it's a snapshot of me this year. I just did it 2 per month, and it doesn't actually work out as like a full month's worth actually, because it's 24. But again, I thought this was something that I could stick to. But like I say, if I do January and February's together, whenever I get paid in February, I'm getting a little bit extra money and I want to hopefully buy a Canon selfie, I can just do those 2 together. So if you want, when I actually go to do it and I buy the Canon selfie, I can show you how it works, and well, once I figure out how it works, and we can do those spreads together. And then going forward, every month, maybe at the end of the month, middle of the month, doesn't matter, when I feel like it, I can do the 2 for that month and not get overwhelmed. So I used, these are digitals from Stationery Pal, and I alternated with little post-it notes, made myself a title, and I split it all out. So here I have my list of weekly prompts and my list of me, myself and I prompts. That brings us into January. So I have then the stickers. So as well as the stickers for the subscription that give you all the dates, because I like to switch it to a Monday start. I can't cope with Sunday start monthlies, I'm over it. So I'm able to do that with all my stickers ready to go, posted to me. And I had January and everything. I also used some of my washi that I had. However, there are digitals released as well as releasing her subscription by post like I said, every month she releases a set of digitals. So each month I will have free digitals in that theme. So I figured I might as well use them. They're free, as well as my journal subscription. And as you can see from my title, I want to do a month in photos. So I don't want to lose the photo thing altogether. And I have kept it up so far. And I hemmed and hawed about this one the most because I feel like this is the one that I could easily get the most fed up with. But I told myself, it doesn't matter if you've took a photo like that before. Like for example, if I'm sitting at my planning desk on a Sunday, and I take a picture of that desk, and then the next Sunday I'm sitting doing journaling at my desk on a Sunday, so I take a picture of my desk. I told myself that I wasn't going to try to be like ridiculously creative and inventive. Whatever I happened to be doing that day, I take a photo of. Like yesterday I visited my mum and dad and I took a picture of their front door. So it's just a snapshot. Next Sunday, whenever we get to the end of here, I will still have 3 days to go, but I will print it out, sure, and we can sit and fill this in and you can see what it looks like. So for you guys, when I say next Sunday, I mean later on in this video, so stick around. Anyway, but I have them all saved and ready to go, and I'm not going to use a Canon selfie for them. I'm just going to use my normal Keynote page with sticker printer. And it's just a tiny little snapshot of something I did that day for a month in photos. And then here, I tried not to get carried away. I could have used this dot grid for a different type of prompt or journal, but I don't need it. And a journal card comes with the sticker subscription, the journal subscription I mean, from Hubman and Chubgirl. So I just stuck it down and put the other title for January. I made this a title page. Then this is a freebie. I also bought a set of little, I have this here, by the way, this is a sticker binder that I have, and in the back there's a section called Journal. So as you can see, I have left over now at this point, because I've only 1 week left to do. Oh, that's done. Some sticker sheets of doodles of the plants in here. And then I also have what I was talking about. I bought these, and it gives you a little sneak peek of the months that are coming up. I have my calendars, and then I have events. I don't put them in the monthly because it's the photo of the month, but I decided just to put the events in the daily journaling, because daily journaling shows, you know, can be based on what the event is, you know what I mean? If it's Easter, I'm obviously going to be doing something that day with the family about Easter or whatever. I just decided to include it. I got an extra one from Coffee Monsterz Co. Anyway, and then as you can see, I actually have printed out the freebie parts because they've already been released for February's theme. They're sitting in here and all cut out ready to go. I'm just waiting on the subscription. And then of course, once that happens, this will be replaced with the stickers that I need for February, and it's all sitting there, really easy access. Don't have to think about it. So anyway, this section then with the calendar, I point out specific things that happened. So on the 1st was New Year's Day. On the 9th, I started intermittent fasting. 15th to the 17th, I was off work sick. And if there's anything else that I want to pick out that happened this month, I can put it in there. And then this is the top 3. If it's top 2, I'll just, if I need more space, I'll just write out more space. If it's only one thing, I'll write one thing. If it's only one thing and it only needs that much space, I'll just cover these with decor. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go with the flow. But I've already put a sticker down here because I do want to do the starting of the intermittent fasting. I haven't written that in yet because it's this month. I'm still in January. I'll probably do that sometime this week because we're getting to the end of the month. And I'm probably going to use this one for the fact I was off sick actually. However, it isn't necessarily that these have to match this. You know, I have 3 things here, I have 3 things here. This might have more, you know, but this month it's going to be New Year's, intermittent fasting and being off sick. Then we get into the weeks, and I'll show you this blank one first. I have here the week ahead that I'm about to do, and as you can see, I've already put my event in for January. That's part of my setup, the sticky toffee pudding day. So I then have a sticker to redate it, and this is a daily planner, so I don't have to do this, but I just thought it would be fun. And I have the journal subscription kit, which is actually meant for bullet journalers, but it works for this, so I might as well use them. And then I created my own little week 4, and then I stick January up there and little stickers, you'll see. This was 2 separate sections that looks like this. So you have notes and then you have a checklist point. I'm using it as my weekly prompt part. So you can see week 4 is what is one habit I would like to build this year. And over here I have what is one habit I would like to build this year. That's part of my setup to get myself ready. So when it comes to the actual week of using it, I can just fill this in every day. And then before you get into your next month for February, you get 2 blank lined pages, and that's where I'll do my me, myself and I. So for January, these 2 pages, the prompts is me and favourite food. I'm actually getting my hair done this week, so I'll probably take a picture of myself when I've just got my hair done. And then I'll do a bit about my favourite food. So that's the me, myself and I part of who was Ruth in 2024. Let me show you what the completed weeks look like. So this was week 1. And as you can see, I'm not including photos in the weekly, just different bits and pieces of stickers along with these. I've now run out of this sheet. And taking the pressure off myself because I've got my photos in the monthly section. If I feel like adding pictures in, I will, but I don't want it to be a case that, you know, because I did that last year and I just need a change where I had pictures that were for every week that summed up every week. And I don't want to have to worry about getting daily pictures for the daily section and pictures for here. However, like I said, if I have a picture I want to put in, I will. I've just been adding little stickers in where it's relevant, but for the most part, I've just been sticking to the actual stickers that matches the theme. Like here, it was a day I officially started intermittent fasting, and I added this little coffee monster sitting beside a kiwi. Not that I ate a kiwi at all, but it's just to represent healthy eating. Whereas this week, I have my 2024 stuff, struggle bus, survive today, a little burrito style girl in a blanket, but I don't have to add them. That's the point. It's supposed to be really easy, and I have this sticker set of the cacti and I don't have to think about it. But if I want to add it in, I can, making it really easy and simple to keep up with. And I have kept up with it so far. So this is week 1, this is week 2. And then this is the week I've just done, week 3. This little I'm okay is because I was sick and I added in sick stuff. They're all from Hubman and Chubgirl. Just realised I put another survive today on a Friday. Anyway, so yeah, let's do this week together. So I thought I would talk a bit about my thoughts in relation to journaling while I'm working away throughout the week. And I thought the best way to explain my thought process is to start with I was going to say the negatives, but I don't really see them as negatives in the sense that thoughts like this are how I learn what I like and don't like. And I did that in planning in a sense, in that every year what I deemed as negative, I did something to change. So yeah, but I'll start with the negative, and then in a minute we'll talk about my flip side of that, what I've been thinking that I like about what I'm doing and why I made that choice in this year. In that it'll make sense once I start talking, let's just say. Okay, so the first thing is I'm summarizing and I'm not really showing my thoughts, and it's something that I worry that, you know, I'm journaling daily now, and am I going to look back at this and say, okay, right, so last night I cuddled into Stephen and I'm grateful for our home and all that there, but that's not exactly what, you know, my depiction of my full day. The thoughts that I had throughout the day, feelings that I had, little moments that happened. It is, like I said, just a high level summary, and I worry, is that going to be something that am I going to get to a day where I just have lots to say and this wee tiny space and regret doing this? But then I also think, if I did write all my thoughts and feelings and go really, really deep into it, would I want to still continue to share this? Because, you know, your thoughts and your feelings are personal. When you're writing about what's going on in the world or how you feel about this or that, not everything personally. If you want to share that, that's up to you. But personally, I don't want to share absolutely everything. I wouldn't go out to a colleague in work and start telling them my deep thoughts about this, that and the other. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean I don't like them. So yeah, I worry about that end. Another thing that's been getting me, to be honest, really badly, and I don't know why, is FOMO. Because I share things online, I feel like, is this really boring? You know, I see other people that do little doodles and have lots of different photos, and they have lots of different fun themes every day that they journal. And you know, they do a flip through of their journal, and it's this real creative outlet. And I have the same theme for a full month now, and I'm putting in like little bits, like the fact I made a sticky toffee on Tuesday, and I put this little dog from Hubman and Chubgirl. But in general, my whole month of January is the cozy plants theme, and it makes me think, like I said, is this really boring? Is this going to be something that I look back on and I'm like, and I get joy out of? And is it something I'm going to continue to get joy out of throughout the year by using a kit for a full month? For example, I'm going to set up February really soon, and as much as I like it, it's not my favourite theme, and I'm sure you'll see why. If you know me, I have particular colours I like and vibes I like, and again, it's not like I hate it, but because I'm using it for a month rather than just using it for a week, by the end of the month am I going to be overlooking at that, and it's going to put me off wanting to write in my journal. So yeah, that worries me too. Also, in the relation to the summaries, I sort of worry that, is it going to be repetitive? Am I going to be summarising what I did on a Wednesday? Every Wednesday am I going to talk about how I went into work that day and how I don't like working in the office? And you know, if I actually got into the nuances of the day, my day would be very different and different things would happen. In this case, I happened to have an annual appraisal with my boss, and I was talking about how I really like my boss and he's a great boss. But normally my Wednesdays are quite boring, and like I said, every Wednesday I have the feeling of making myself get ready to go in here, but I have to. And I don't want it to be writing the same thing every week, because it would be boring for me to read back on, but it would also be boring to have to write and think of something, because I feel in myself that I've said this already. But those are the thoughts that have been going through my head. But thoughts were going through my head last year as I was journaling too. Last year, 2023, was the first year that I journaled the whole way through, and I learnt what I liked and don't like. And at the end of the day, you don't know what you're going to like and not like until you try. And with some of my planners, I wouldn't ever go back and plan the way I did in 2020 again, but at the time I actually really enjoyed that. So, you know, over each year you do it, you learn different things about yourself, and the seasons of your life change, things you want to say change, the busyness of your life changes, etc. And I know that I love journaling. I know that I want to have my planners to look back at. The planners say the plans, but I want my journal to give a bit more, to be able to look back and see the things that I've gone through, the highs and the lows. Although that's another thing that goes through my head in relation to negatives. I don't personally have any children. I'm not going to go into the details of our struggles. If you've been following me, you know. But I sometimes think, well, who am I doing this for? And who am I going to hand it down to? And it's like we go into all this effort, and it does cost money with all the stickers. And I think, is it just going to someday get tossed in a bin? Or am I actually going to look back on this or whatever? I don't know. They are all the thoughts that I've been having in quote-unquote negative ways. So my little package came in today. I'm going to get February set up. It's a lot later than it normally is. Today is actually the day that it renewed, and it was the March theme that has renewed, and was issued out in the post today. But thankfully, it got here because I was worried it had went walkies. Anyway, let's open it up. Oh dear, that has ripped. I have a ton of these anyway, but I think this little package has been through the mills. I will show you what I got in case you're interested. And then I'm going to take this out. This is all the extra bits, the last of January's that I was showing you, and the digitals that I printed. And then this is the planner subscription. So the planner subscription, and the theme is Love is in the Air. Did I say that? I can't remember. Anyway, it's Love is in the Air, and it's little bears is the animal. So you have You Lift Me Up and Let's Go on Adventure. Very cute. And you get 6 pages in the main kits that comes with a planner subscription. And then we have a page of full boxes, and then some more full boxes and some washi. And then we have some bill due, thankful for, don't forget, further labels and checklists. And these, because of the planner subscription, are made to cover a full month. So you get a full month of weekend, to-do list and dates. And then you get a full month on this last page of the days. So if there's 5 weeks in a month, you have enough. And that is the planner kit, which what I do is I put it in this side. So I would swap them essentially. So this is what comes, mine unfortunately got broke, but this is what comes with a journaling kit, this type. So I put that in there. And then with the planner kit you also get, I've just looked, this is actually broken too. This is not the norm though. This has obviously went walkies. Normally I would have this a week or two ago because it was the 25th of January that this was sent out. So anyway, you also get then 2 little die cuts, and in this case it is 2 air balloons. And then we have our stickers, the larger versions that come with the planner kit. So we have Love is Floating, Love is in the Air, and Up, Up and Away. And I will put them in the back of this. And then we also get a little journaling card. In this case it's the little bears, one in an air balloon, one in a parachute and one in an airplane. And I'll put that in here too. So this comes in the planner subscription. And finally in the planning subscription, this is the extra thing that comes each month, and this month it seems to be a little sticker album. So it must be like release paper. Yep. So it is quite a small one. So it would fit in a pocket of like something like this. Like the way I have this, it would fit in. Sure. I presume it would anyway. Yep. Very handy. Okay, and then this is my journaling subscription. So with it, you also get your extra. In this case, it's a little sticker album. And you get the same Love is Floating, Love is in the Air, and Up, Up and Away. And that's where I was using these sheets and to add in to the journaling where there was spaces. So I'll be able to use these, set these to the side. And then this you also get, and I use it as part of my cover page I was showing you with the January one. And then you also get smaller sheets. So this is Let's Fly Away here, Hot Air Balloons, Floating on Air, Love and Adventure, and Up, Up and Away. And I put these in here because I haven't used them. I didn't use them in January. I think I maybe grabbed it once and used a tiny sticker, but I know where they are if I need them, but I don't keep it with my main kit, so to speak, for the month. And that then I'm going to put in this little folder for now, as I am building up my little collection. That's why I have the planner subscription. This year I'm using Hubman kits, but at some point I want to use full size and like standard size. So I'll put that to the side. Anyway, then the last thing and the main part of the journaling, you also get the same 2 die cuts, and you get this. So you have your 2 titles and the small February. That is Love is in the Air month February. You get the days of the week, date dots. They're for the weeks. And then you get the monthly date dots for Love is in the Air and the days for the top of the month. And then Love is in the Air banners. This is new this year. Last month we got the banners that were here. So I'm just going to put on a bit of music and sit and enjoy setting up the month of February, and then it'll be all ready to go whenever I'm ready to journal.
Nothing ever felt as good or as easy as when we were young. Though I felt misunderstood, it was a pleasure running away with you. We were just children, acting like a doll, crazy, naive, bold and carefree. We were kids having kids, crazy, naive. It amazes me that we didn't fall apart harder than we did. Now they keep us on speaking terms. We grow and we learn. I have no regrets, only forgets. Oh, a big thank you to life for giving us sand. Oh, when the timing's right, there's no wasteland. Oh, we were just children, acting like adults, crazy, naive, bold and carefree. We were kids having kids, crazy, naive. It amazes me that we didn't fall apart harder than we did. Oh, life keeps on moving. It's cold. It's life.
There we go. So I'll put these back in here, and then I'm going to put this last sheet. It only has 4 stickers left in here for filling out this last little bit. I have this all set up now to lift these stickers out and use them throughout the month, and I'm going to put this in the very back. And the March theme is Calm Koi Pond, I think it's called. It was released today, and when she releases the digitals in a few days, I'll go on and get them printed out and put them in there for whenever the March subscription arrives, and I'm setting up March. Okay, so let's talk the pros. What am I enjoying about this? And some of these are a contradiction of what I said before, but that's just how my brain works. So anyway, so I was saying about the summary and how I'm only showing a summary of my day. However, it's only January, and I don't know if I would want to fill in a whole load of stuff every day, you know, because there is the element of, yes, it's fun to have that to look back on, but there's also the side of it that you have to actually maintain this, and it's something that I have to do 365 times this year and go in and do it. And would I rather make it more sustainable, or not sustainable, what's the word, like easier to achieve and enable me to continue to be consistent with summarizing my day, rather than jumping in with both feet to daily planning and trying to write an essay every day, and then by the time it comes the end of February, I'm over it. So there's that perspective, and I'm not going to know the answer to that until I get to the end of the year. Am I still going to feel like I felt like I wanted to write more, or is it going to be a case of, yep, I'm glad I did this? In perspective of not wanting to share it, if I did write more, I could just share what I wanted to share. You know, I could share the setup, share days journaling where I am not writing really personal stuff and just don't do a flip through. You know, there's no law that says that I have to share every little bit. And if you're like that too, don't let that put you off doing a planner or a journal if you want to be able to show pictures, because at the end of the day, as much as I enjoy sharing this here, it is for me. It's supposed to be my journal. And if I'm taking the me out of it, defeats the purpose, if you know what I mean. And then in relation to FOMO, yes, I think it's really amazing seeing other stuff, but at the end of the day, I am me. There is only one me, and maybe some of you can relate to how I'm feeling. Maybe some of you will maybe feel this is more achievable and will get inspiration out of it, and in that case then it's 100% worth it. That's fantastic if I can inspire you. But also trying to be someone else, a bit like me jumping in both feet and trying to write an essay every day isn't sustainable. Being someone else isn't sustainable because I'm not someone else. You know what I mean? So I don't want to go in one day and have a vintage theme and then the next day do something completely different. And then, you know, and it would work out more expensive as well. You know, I'm buying this journal subscription once a month and it does me for the full month. And yes, maybe this is different for me from the perspective I have lots of stickers because I've been planning since 2019, but maybe you're someone who doesn't have that full collection and you don't want to feel like you have to buy everything all at once in order to have something different on your journal every day. So maybe this is a good starter while you're building your collection. And in the way I'm building my planner subscription collection, you could build a journal collection so the next year you could try adding more in and doing more themes. And then with the thoughts about summaries being repetitive and every Wednesday I'll write the same thing, I could take the approach to fix that of trying to write something different every week, or I could free myself from the worry and just, if I don't have anything original, so to speak, to write on the Wednesday, I could just write one of my favourite quotes. Who says that I have to write what I did that day if I didn't actually do anything worth writing about? If I don't have to write something, I can just pick a quote that I like, either from a book or whatever, a movie, and just put it in, or just fill it with the stickers, I don't know, or maybe just put a bunch of photos in that day and be creative in that sense. So there's no point in me worrying about that, is what I'm saying. Is more important, I do feel, that I give this a go for a year and see if it's going to get overwhelming simply just writing one sentence, or am I going to get to the end of the year and be like, yes, I totally 100% want to commit to a fuller page every day and adding in all the things. And either way, that's fine. It's about doing what works for me. And then last but not least, who am I going to pass it down to? Well, when I sit back and get out of my own head about it, who cares? Why does everything have to have a future value? You know, I love doing this in the moment. It gives me lots of pleasure just sitting at my desk with a bit of music on, putting down stickers and writing my thoughts. And it's the same with my planner. I enjoy it. Would I still be able to plan my day if I just scribbled on a notebook every day? Yes. But would I get the same enjoyment out of it? No. And this is my hobby. And why not? Why does everything have to, like I say, have a future value? And even if it is a case that I look back on it, I get value from that. I mean, I know already that I have seen it in practice, in the sense that, for example, I'm working on my 2023 memory planner, doing it after the fact. And I was sitting yesterday working on February and I was shouting into Stephen, oh, the last time we had our MOT was the 13th of February. Or, oh, you won an award on the 18th. Do you remember you went to the such and such? And I've seen that, I mean, that was only a year ago and I have forgot moments of our life and when things happened. So I already know that I get value out of the planners. So why then wouldn't that work with a journal, given that you're writing more details and you're not going to remember the things that I deem now as insignificant, all those little thoughts. Maybe they won't feel insignificant in the future and they will jog memories for me and all the little moments that in the time maybe didn't feel significant but will feel significant to me in the future when I look back. So yeah, those are all the pros of it. So in summary, I love journaling. I want to continue journaling. Will I continue to have thoughts about the style of journaling I'm going to do? Yes. But then I'll do what I did last year and I'll weigh up all the pros and cons and what worked and what didn't. And then I can decide what I want to do for next year and how I want to journal then. And just make it work for me. And at the end of the day, that's the key.
down, and I know that I was not always around. I made you feel alone. You spent most of your nights just sitting on your own. I should have done so much more, like giving you the things you asked me for. And I know I was wrong. It's what I try to tell you with my song. Tell you with my song. What if I said I'm sorry? What if I'd make a scene? Wouldn't that make you mine again? You're all I'll ever need. Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile? Didn't I make you feel like you were happy for a while? I know that I've done so many things that let you down, but I hope that you give me one more chance to make you mine. When I close my eyes, you know that you're the only thing I see, and it makes.
And I'm going to leave it there. I really hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me all this week and seeing a glimpse of how I'm journaling and my thoughts. Let's do a quick flip just of a completed January before we go. So I will be continuing to add the monthly themes in there and referring to this. And then here is my completed, well, nearly month-end photos. I would normally wait until the 31st, but I just, because I was finishing this up today, wanted to show you what it looked like, and I really love this. And they say a picture tells 1,000 words, and it's really true. And I can go along this, like the fact that I was in bed sick, that's my bedside table. They finished the beating of the new floors in Stephen's office. I was in bed, that's a lemsip, that's Cody. I went back to work, that's my work desk, and it's something really simple. It's just a picture of my pencil case and work phone. Got my nails done, visited my mum and dad, started this video. It just, yeah, hopefully I'll remember all those details in the future. Like I took a picture of my keys here because I changed the battery and it still doesn't work. I went to get my hair done yesterday and I went to open my car and it just wouldn't open. And I had to call Stephen to come back to the house to let me use his keys to get into the car, and it's a whole pain in the bum, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I love how this looks, and it's good because it has been a, what's the word? Labour of love, that's the one, so to speak. Just taking little pictures and making sure to put them on my computer every day. But now that I've seen it all together, it's fun to see a snapshot of your month in photos. And we'll see how I feel, you know, the longer I do it, whether it does, you know, lose its novelty or it's something that I do continue to enjoy. And then that's my completed this month section. And then completed week 1, week 2, week 3, and then of course week 4 that we just did. And I do have to say that I love these photos in here. But again, like I was mentioning in all my talk there, is it something that I want to add in addition to remembering to take a photo? Maybe I'll feel different when I buy a Canon selfie, because it'll be like right on my desk and I can just send it from my phone, print it there and then and stick it in. We'll see. But anyway, so when I get my Canon selfie, I'll be doing the me, myself and I, and I'm going to get started with saving my photos down for February and pop this in here. So come tomorrow, I can start journaling in a new week for week 5. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. If there's anything in particular you want to see, I'll continue to share what I can and hopefully it'll continue to inspire you. But until next time, take care and I'll speak to you soon.
When I look at you, I see